Welcome to Media Matters Entertainment. This is Jacob with a retro comic review. Today we're looking at The New Gods by Jack Kirby. Now only 20 cents. Well, for me it was about 20 cents. I found this comic in an old store that sells DVDs. In the back they had boxes of comics, and it was like $20 for 35 books, so yeah, that is about 20 cents. This one's pretty torn up, but I really dig The New God, so I didn't really care. Yeah, The New Gods were what many consider to be Jack Kirby's magnum opus. Yeah, this one follows Orion, the son of Darkseid, who's like, I want to say Thanos, but he's the guy Thanos was ripped off of. So Orion's whole thing is that there was this war between New Genesis and Apocalypse, and to have basically a ceasefire, the leader of New Genesis, Highfather, and the leader of Apocalypse, Darkseid, traded sons as part of a peace treaty. So Orion went to live, is basically the son of basically the devil. Yeah, it's kind of a real mythological thing. They're kind of like aliens and a pantheon of gods. It's kind of weird. They live outside of the multiverse. But yeah, Orion's the son of the devil, and he went to basically live in heaven, and the son of God basically who's scot-free, Mr. Miracle, went to go get tortured on Apocalypse for most of his life until he escaped and became an escape artist. Because he had so many attempts, he just became ridiculously good at it. But yeah, Orion's a really interesting character. He kind of has to struggle with his it's kind of a nature versus nurture thing, because he has a really sadistic side because of his heritage, but he was raised to be very noble. An odd comparison, but I compare him to Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. He was from this savage family, the Greyjoys, but he was raised to be noble by the Starks. It's kind of the same thing with Orion. Actually, the actor that plays Theon, Alfie Allen, if he beefed up, he'd actually be a really good live-action Orion. I'm probably the only one that thinks that, but he's got the right look, I think. This also has Forager, who's so in this issue, they're fighting Mantis and the bug people. The bugs are basically the lower class of New Genesis. They get by on the scraps. They're second-class citizens, and Orion treats them as such. And Forager is basically one of the new gods that was raised among them. So he kind of dresses like a bug and lives like them. Another interesting character. Mantis is basically a servant of Darkseid that leads the bugs to try to take over the world. Yeah, pretty amazing art. It's Jack Kirby. All Jack Kirby art is pretty good. But yeah, I actually think Mantis is the villain they should have chosen for Justice League over Steppenwolf. He has more useful powers. He can like absorb energy and stuff. And I think pretty sure he can dish it back out or something. Kind of like a Parasite from Superman comics. But yeah, he's also a more sympathetic villain. Like, he promises his people, like, hey, we take over Earth for Darkseid and we can basically rule it. You know, we don't have to live like second-class citizens anymore. We don't have to scavenge just to survive. We can actually live like we can be our own rulers. Which obviously isn't a promise Darkseid would keep. Because he's basically the god of tyranny. His whole thing is he wants to control all life in the universe. Submit everyone's will to Darkseid. And he wants to achieve it through some kind of math equation. It's weird. But yeah, Mantis is making a speech to his people, getting them on board. They're all for it. Forager comes to Earth to try to find Orion to stop it. It's a funny bit where he's stealing food just to survive because he's hungry, and the people start chasing him, and he's jumping over cars and stuff because, I don't know, I guess that's what bugs can do. And he has adheso grips that let him run up walls. A bug-themed hero who can run up walls. Totally original. This cop's amazing. Come back, you weirdo. We only want to talk to you. You weirdo. Yeah, you know, they catch him. Luckily, Orion and Lightray were also captured by the police in a previous story. So it all works out for him. Yeah. Mantis boom tubes in. Does his thing. He starts conquering. This cop is terrible. He should really have both hands on the gun. It's really unprofessional. I know for a fact cops aren't trained to shoot one-handed. This cop doesn't play by the rules. Yeah. You know, Orion and Forager meet. Orion, I don't think, really respects Forager. Because he's a bug. He's a filthy bug. Lower class. Yeah. No, but, they basically ditch the police as soon as they realize Mantis is attacking. Because, you know, there's nothing police can really do to hold them. Lightray, Orion's friend, can move at light speed. And Orion's like as strong as Superman, so yeah. I don't know why the police even bother. Pretty cool splash page of Orion fighting Mantis. Lightray basically bails on them and goes to find another way to defeat them. He finds a random sonic research place with science and tells them to transmit a thing that'll annoy the bugs. I thought that one guy was Mysterio at first because of the way his helmet's drawn, but it's just a weird angle. Yeah, so They do the Light Ray's plan works. He annoys the bugs into leaving, and the day is saved. Pretty simple story, but pretty epic. I don't know. The characters are cool. It's a cool universe. Etrigan the Demon was another thing that Jack Kirby worked on that I'll probably talk about at some point. You know, DC really needs to bring back the letter columns. I don't know. I like reading letter columns in old comics. I think it's fun. It's nice to know you have fans willing to write in, and you get to respond to them and let everyone read. It's kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, pretty good book. Classic. It's a Kirby classic. So yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing, and goodbye.